All right, I'm over at my Park Road property, and this is the bathroom ceiling. And as you can see, we have a little mold growth problem. So we're going to be taking care of that today. Here's the original exhaust fan. Probably 60 years old, hard to say. It works, but I suspect that it's not being kept on long enough to dissipate everything. So we're going to replace that with this. It's a humidistat. It'll automatically sense the humidity in here, and when it's done, it will turn itself off. Alright, so we have the humidistat wired in. Unlike most switches, this one actually requires a white, because it needs power all the time, and not just whenever you're trying to turn it on. You'll notice in this particular house, no one hooked up the grounds. Lucky me, more work for me to do. But as you can see, it turns on and off, and that little sensor there will keep it on whenever the humidity gets to a certain level. And once it reaches back down below that level, it'll keep it on for an extra 10 minutes. All right, now we're going to get on with the ceiling. I decided to go with this. It's actually got some bleach in it, in the hopes that I don't have to do too much to the ceiling. I did a test spot right there, and you can see it actually cleaned it up pretty well. So I'm pretty confident that once we spray this down and just let it sit for a moment and then wipe it down, it'll probably take care of the majority of what's up there. All right, this is the downstairs bathroom. It's a little tiny shower underneath the stairs. It has a fan as well. So I don't see any mold or anything really. I'm just a little dirty on the ceiling. But you know, we're going to go ahead and replace it out with a humidity switch too. It's a little $25 insurance policy. And we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Well, as you can see, we got this all out. Had to replace the switches. The switches that were in this thing were, you know, really old. You know, you see these in the 50s and 60s homes. Just not enough space in this box to put all these wires. There's a bunch of connections in here, which, you know, frankly is driving me nuts. But yeah, I'm gonna get it all squeezed in there, and you know, luckily this person actually likes grounds, whoever put this together, so it wasn't a huge deal, as you can see. Fan works, and of course the light works. Well, as you can see, we got it all done. It's in there, it's working. Just tested it not too long ago to make sure that when the heat and the steam really starts to build up in here, and man, it does build up in here. This thing turns itself on. And then when it gets back to a more reasonable level, it'll stay on for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes extra. And then it'll shut itself off. And looking at the ceiling, you can see the stain remover got rid of everything. I am shocked at how well that thing worked. So we may use that mold and stain remover with bleach on every bathroom ceiling, or any ceiling period, you know, when we transition between tenants. All right, we're in the bottom bathroom in the basement. This tri-level house. As you can see, this one's in here as well. Works good. This was such a pain. There were so many wires in there, you know, going to other branches. And man, I was really concerned I wasn't able to get everything back in there and, you know, make it fit. But as you can see, it works. It fits. And, you know, we tested it out in this little tiny shower right here that, you know, it takes a little while for it to turn on, but once it does, man, it does a job of getting rid of all of that moisture. All right, you know, I get these for about $25 off of Amazon Prime, usually 2-day shipping. You know, if it saves you from having to replace the ceiling because there's so much moisture, or, you know, fixtures or whatever, I mean, that's just a little tiny piece of insurance. It's cheap at $25, and believe me, we had to replace a second-story ceiling in one of our bathrooms, and I never ever want to go through that again. It was a horrendous, terrible job. You got to move all of the insulation out of the attic, you know, and it's just, oh, just unbelievably bare of a job. All right, catch you guys later.